Welcome everyone to another episode of the Terrain Studio. I'm your host, Sean Morris. Today in the Terrain Studio, I finally have a video to put up. I know that I've been away for quite some time, and I do apologize for that. My life has been, I could say hectic would be one word. I could describe it with a few others, but I'll choose not to. And that being said, I do appreciate those that are checking out the video. I'm not even sure how many people are even checking for updates on my channel. It's been that long, and I can't blame people. But if you are sticking around and you're, watching this, kudos. Thanks for I appreciate the dedication. If you're new to the video, well, welcome. And if you're just returning, then welcome back. I myself basically am returning, and it almost feels like I'm, putting up my first video. It's been so long, but I am doing videos now, and I hope over the next 2 weeks to do some videos as I get rolling with my winter project. Again, I have the most patient customer ever. As you guys know, if you follow my videos before, I had quite a upsetting ordeal with my winter board, and I just had to take a really long break from it. I'd like to have got back to it sooner, but I just didn't have the time, and like I said, I had some stuff that happened, and I won't go into the video. It's not about that, but anyways, things are starting to get back on track a little bit, and I'm going to hopefully get some plans knocked up for the board. I had some ideas and things I wanted to change, so if there's any positive that comes out of that, it lets me kind of, I'll consider that first one a test, and now I'll get back cracking at it. I'll only be around for about another 2 weeks, and then I'm taking my extended summer vacation. So you'll see some videos of stuff. It'll be Flames of War related, actually, as I get ready, head over to Serbia for the ETC, and I have some more tournaments. So I'm going to kind of make it more tournament and Flames of War coverage as opposed to terrain. And then when I get back in August, it's going to be end of August, I'll be right back into a winter project, and I'm hoping to knock that out by Christmas, and I think that's fitting as the winter season rolls in. So it'll be pure terrain, and I have a few less distractions for the next school year, so hopefully that'll mean more terrain time. So that was a long preamble, but I think you kind of deserve to know, what was going on previous and where I've been for the videos. So my bad, but I'll try to get some more content up for you guys that are willing to stick around and watch some videos. That being said, I think I left you off before talking about the project that Dread and I were doing. He's long done his part, and I'm slow because that's what I do. And we are now ready to kind of bring this stuff together. Previously, the plan was to send me the Blood Bowl Stadium over my end, but due to the sheer size and shipping complications, it just wasn't feasible. It wasn't going to be practical for the customer to pay the added expense, basically just to ship me something for me to do some work on it. So Dread's going to take over and do that portion. I'm still doing the field. That was still my responsibility, and that I'm holding true to. So that's going to be what I'm going to show you today. And then in a few weeks' time, I'm not sure what the shipping time is going to be, but Dread should have that in studio, and then he'll spend whatever amount of time he requires to sort of finish it up, and he'll bring it all together. So you'll get the videos on his end. They'll be much better quality than mine anyway, so it's a bonus for you that you get the videos on his end. So let's have a look and sort of talk about the project. So Blood Bowl, if you're not familiar, of which I was completely not. So this is basically the surface that I was given. This was the photo, the prototype, basically, and this is the actual Blood Bowl surface. And I'm not going to presume to talk about this in any way that resembles any intelligence or knowledge of the game, but basically I was just tasked with making something that looked similar or, resembled this in some way. Basically the customer wanted the pattern in here, the dots, or I guess he used X's here, the end zones, and wanted some sort of area that resembled, usage of the field. So on the Blood Bowl table, they got kind of these areas that are mucked up at the end. I assume, the line of scrimmage type thing. For football I am familiar with. So, you do have high traffic here. Typically you'd have a lot of traffic down the center of the field. Obviously the line of scrimmage here at the center would be fairly torn up In this case, they did it with a graphic, so I'm not really sure. It's kind of unhindered. So I wasn't quite happy. I didn't want a graphic on the surface I was doing just because I want to make it more generic, I guess. And then there's the bits of debris around. You got like a boot and some skulls and some other stuff. So it kind of looks sort of war-torn. But obviously it's two-dimensional and it's not 3D. So with the stadium that Dread built, and if you haven't seen it, you can check it out. You'll see it soon. It's fabulous. I wanted to make something that was going to sort of set that off or complement that. So again, I went with what I know about terrain, and I used the skills that I had, and hopefully what I came up with is not going to hinder the game in any way. I'm not really sure how the game plays, but I try to make something that was going to be suitable and looked cool, or what I thought looked cool. And I guess you guys are the ultimate judges, so let's have a look at it, and I'll sort of talk you through it and walk you through it and tell you what I did with the surface. So here's what I came up with here. Again, it's very similar in size. I'll just kind of zoom you in here. So what I did is I did a dot pattern just with a subtle brown. So as you can see, it's like 4, and then it's, I'm not sure, 6 or 7 across here, and then 4. I think it ends up being maybe 15 across, something like that. Whatever the actual board is, that's what I did here. You got the checkered line here, so I did that. I just made it a little more predominant, just because I wanted the white lines of the field. I painted in the end zones, so you can see I just went over the grass to kind of give it that chalk look, which I think is what you should have on a football field. Again, nothing at the center, but in my rendition here, I had very much tore up line of scrimmage, and then quite a bit of movement patterns down the center, and then I extended the end zones much like the original board there. So I did a combination of a lot of things here. So obviously I'm just going to step back a little bit, let the color sort of refocus. That's more true color. So as you can see, I did the striped look with the grass just to kind of indicate the mow lines, or what you typically see on like a soccer pitch, or and American football fields as well. So I just did that with 2 tones of grass. I started with a base color, and then I toned it down by adding in some more darks and some reds. So it kind of gives it that nice look. I really like that look. It kind of sets off the field and gives it sort of a non-uniform look. Then I went in and started adding, actually before I did that, I actually did the paste that was underneath. So I did the paste in here, I did a few crater holes and things like that. I was going to put a little water in, but I decided not to. But so there is some crater holes around. Then I went in and started laying in the dots. So I just made a quick jig, actually it's right here. I just made a jig like this, and I set it over, and I just used the airbrush and I tapped in all the holes. And so that sort of created that pattern. So when you step back, you don't really see the dots, but when you get close up, they become evident. So you can use that for game purposes. If there was a spot that landed on dark area here, what I did is I just put in little features. So this stone, for example, indicates a point. This arrow indicates a point. So I used features that aren't going to look out of place to indicate those extra points that don't show up on the brown on brown, basically. I also went in and added some little bit of gory details here. I'm not the best painter, so I apologize for the terrible paint job, but there's a feature over here, guys' arms is sort of grabbing that rock. Over here we got this guy here who's sort of been cut at the torso up, and over here I have a head just sort of laid into the grass. If you come down to ground level, you can see that I have arrows. Not all the arrows indicate points of interest, but some of them are just used as details and sort of sporadically placed around. Video might get a little long, so if it cuts off, just check out the second part. Again, just kind of creating that 3D look, giving that battlefield look, and you can see that I put in a fair amount of tufts. I actually went in and made my own tufts, And then I added some tufts of some other colors. So I made these ones here, and then I added in the flowery tufts just to give it a little bit of offset with the colors. So as you can see, it's not too dramatic, but it does give a little splash of color here and there. Some other added details. What did I do? I put these little fire sort of torches. It's kind of blurry, but there we go. So just sort of these burning, you know, pillars, and those are actually magnetized. If I find the magnetized point, there we go. And so again, they can be removed easily, but I just put those on there just for a little bit of added accent. I did the marker chains. I know they're probably not going to be usable for anything, but these are, you know, just to indicate that, you know, marking the first down type thing. So I thought those would be kind of cool. And again, they're just magnetized in this one place, but they can easily be removed for any gameplay. What else did I do? I did the goal posts. I know that there's an end zone, and these don't have any impact on the game, but again, sorry, it's just really well magnetized. There we go. So again, I just built some goalposts. These are not American style goalposts. These are more like soccer goals with the uprights on them. A little more stability there. So again, just little details, sinking in the arrows. Did a little banding here, you know, to indicate a repair that had to be done. A shield's on there, some barbed wire at the bottom, and they just magnetize in place. There we go. These are a couple of the figs. This is just some stretcher bears here. I'm not quite done painting them, but as you can see, I just did the bases up to match, and they're going to go out and, you know, recover, you know, the bodies or whatever's around. Again, these are just some more pillars of fire, which have magnetized points here somewhere. Here we go. Again, just little details that I thought would be, you know, kind of neat. There, and finally there. Little mushrooms that I painted up that kind of blend in and create a little bit of, you know, points of interest. Over here, I thought, you know, for the Blood Bowl games that maybe they have the winnings, but the winnings have to be buried because for whatever reason, you know, that maybe a team will try to steal them, make off with them. So here they are uncovering the winnings for the game. So again, just using some paste and some bits. Create a little treasure pile here in the corner. Points of interest in the corner because the stadium itself will go here, along there, and there is openings in all the corners. So I just did a point of interest down here. Down here the other night I was having some fun, so I thought I'd scratch build, you know, a hanging post. So here, you know, we get the controls, the trapdoor. I put a little fire pillar on there as well. You know, the stairs leading up. And, you know, it's kind of cool. It's magnetized there, but it can easily be removed. And I just thought it needed something over in the corner, so I wanted to make something special for here. So that's what I chose to do. And last goal post over here. Again, some banding on the corner. We got a little bit of a little vulture here hanging out at the top. And then I have a little guy hanging in there in the cage. So that's just... you know, hanging out there. Again, that's magnetized as well. So the entire board is magnetized. So, for example, I'll pull this out, just set that down. Try to do this with one hand best I can. That pulls apart there. That pulls apart here. So the tiles themselves are here. I did some nice finishing work around here. It's just some plastic card that I painted up, primed up black, sorry. Didn't do the insides, but I did do four magnets along each side so that they're extra strong. And with the finished look, I think you'll agree that it gives it a nice sort of finished look in terms of if you remove the stadium, you could set this on a table and play the game, and you don't kind of see these unsightly edges here. That was really simple. Just add a little bit of stripping and paint it black. So that gives you a nice game board look. And then when the stadium itself is added, what we're going to do is just put the magnets on the outside edge. You won't see them from here, but the magnet will pull through the plastic and the stadium will snap into place and finish off the whole look. So video's a little long, but like I said, I think you guys deserve to kind of hear some things and see what I've been up to. Although it's not been a lot of work, this project's been pretty fun. For a while there, was just kind of more hectic to get it fit into my schedule, but I did manage to get some work done over the last week or so, and I think it's kind of finished off and come to a nice conclusion. And I magnetized that football here for the center as well, so got a little blood stain on there, but I think it's fitting, just sort of magnetized there. I know that it won't stay there, but all the magnets are hidden, so it's not like when you remove them, you actually still see the magnets. So they're just there for aesthetics, and anything can be pulled off as needed. So appreciate that, guys. Obviously, it's going to be 2 videos, so I would love the comments. That's my favorite part of videos, and I was just telling my wife how much I missed making videos and hearing from you guys and getting the input. So I will put this up as soon as possible, and then you guys can let me know what you think, and keep in touch, and we'll touch base in the next video. So thanks for watching. Cheers.